Oh my god, that was a big one. You alright?
Wait, listen. Okay, Cracker Barrel has what?
Cracker Barrel has a code word for black people when they come in. It's like the way we do it is we say "coo" over the radio. We tell the basically the back staff that there's black people here that
Black men get the white women that other white men genuinely do not want. You don't get the top of the line white women. You don't.
This is the final part in my series. Someone on Instagram, the question's up. All the content is up regarding this subject on Instagram and my Facebook. Someone asked, a black man asked, when are we going to talk about upper middle class white women who prey on the disenfranchised black man? Let's talk about it now. At first, I was thinking about the Kardashians, how they prey on a very specific type of black man and then use that and their children for clout and to make lots and lots of money. But that's an elite status of predatory behavior. And I don't think that's really what that question is about. And then there are the blonde bombshells, that's what I call them, who end up preying on athletes for one reason or another. Their fetish is there. They're always at the right bar or the right restaurant, the right gym. They live in the right apartment complex. Just when that 21, 22-year-old man is coming out of college with all those millions of dollars. The irony. And then 10, 15 years later, you got 3 kids. You're running for your life because she's threatening to kill you and calling you the N-word. And now you're paying hundreds of thousands of dollars a month just to keep her quiet and happy and over there. No, we're not talking about them either. When I think, and when we should start to talk about the upper middle class white woman and how she preys on the disenfranchised black man, disenfranchised being that who is without privilege, it's all up in my comment section on TikTok right now. And I'm not really sure, like, where do they meet? At work, college? I'm not really sure about that aspect, but none of this is poverty. None of this is poverty. So as much as Dr. Johnson hurt a lot of your feelings, and he is an extremist, it wasn't about agreeing with him. It was about poking the bear, which I always know how to do. Y'all fall for it. I've always said I do it. That's not my problem, nor the point of the video. What I did notice in my comment section is that a lot of black men were defending their interracial relationships and letting me know I'm a racist and I'm uneducated and the world has evolved. Here's my favorite. It's nobody's business who we date. Why should it matter? There are bigger things to worry about in the world. I mean, if you close your mind, and I didn't say black men were writing these comments, you'd literally think you were listening to white women talk. Because that's what I hear out of white women every single time they try to defend their interracial relationships. And then they go and make TikTok challenges about how expensive this one was and how I got them on sale. Or they're making wedding invitations in cotton fields with their black fiancés in shackles. Or I think there was another trend about how many beautiful golden brown skinned babies you can have with a dark skinned man. But I was drinking during that time, so I could be off in the details just a little bit. The seriousness is that all of these women come from wealth. Personally, I think it's sexual gratification that gets white women in the door. I call it the mandingo fetish, that black snake moan. Y'all don't like these terminologies, and I don't give a fuck. This is how people think. Y'all just like to sugarcoat the terminology when you're deflecting and gaslighting the reality that you're actually the things and the people that I'm talking about. But again, I'm not going to go into that in this video either. What I saw in my comment section over the last 4 days now, because I'm almost at 2,000 comments, is that black men speak like the white women they're with now in America. And I'm going to be real honest, I didn't realize so many black men were only dating white women or non-black women, but I'm not going to go into that in this video either. But there are thousands of you That was like a 90s trend. It was done in like 2001. Here we are. And now you're talking like them. Disenfranchised. And what I see, because I grew up in an incredibly racist conditioning like all the white people in America, regardless of if they admit it or not, is that, see, when they were in college and they were fun and everything was having just a party, it was cool to be in that interracial relationship where you were still a black man, your own identity, your own person, your own being. But now y'all have been married 10 years and y'all got 3 kids and y'all live in the suburbs in that gated community, and that whole white world, as long as they accept you, she's going to be happy. So you can be a black man, but not that kind of black man. You can be the black man that white people feel is acceptable and will allow them around their, groups and social events and the PTO. And all of the people commenting in my comment section are predominantly upper middle class. So when I go to their Facebook pages and I see that they live these upper middle class lives, I'm really understanding that it's a whitewashing of identity. And it doesn't happen overnight. If you look at anything when it comes to social construct, it does take 3 generations to actually make something truly happen. It's almost as if white supremacy knew that a whole bunch of rich white girls were going to have a mandingo fetish. So they decided to perpetuate the idea that we'll get black men in their clutches. And then eventually, over time and generations, the children will not only be lighter, but all that blackness will just be washed away unless it's appropriate and acceptable in the white world we've pulled them into with our clutches. I'm not going to debate anybody about this subject. What I said was what I said. What I would love to see is people thinking and changing their mindsets about the social construct of interracial relationships. Because until any of y'all deconstruct, decolonize, and learn new patterns of behavior that are not conditioned in Jim Crow, you're just repeating cycles. I don't care how many biracial children you have and say love sees no color. Because we're all conditioned in this society. It's just a big fucking science experiment. So keep on keeping on hating on me and growing all my platforms. Thank you very much. And I'm going to continue to talk about the things that I know we need to talk about in this society that I am conditioned and brought up in as well. Oh, and FYI, rarely ever dated white men married to 2 men that aren't even American and have 3 biracial children. But I don't feel the need to weaponize my personal relationships and tell you how good my interracial relationships are or were in order to talk about the truth of what really is going on in this society in a bigger picture. It's called critical thinking. Happy dating.
How about you step down here and I'll talk to you? All right, then. Hey, fuck up here. Dumbass nigga. Yeah. Hey. Back out. Back out. Back out.
Hey, little boy.
No, fuck.
Little boy.
No,
Hey,
fuck
little
that.
boy. Little boy.
No,
Little
hell
boy.
no. I ain't done shit. I ain't done shit. Give me first, right? Give me the first.
Is that your
No,
seat?
no, fuck
Is that
that.
your seat?
Fuck that. Give me first, right? No, fuck that. No.
Hey.
Stop it. Stop it. Rachel, call. Stop it. Stop it. Rachel, call.
How can you be a Christian and support them? Well, the answer is very simple. You can be a Christian, you can be gay. You can do both.
Now, what in the lukewarm progressive Christianity is this? The New King James Version Holy Bible that I'm reading clearly states that behavior of that community is an abomination. Leviticus 18:22. You shall not lie with a male as with a woman.
1 Corinthians 14:34. The women should keep silent in churches, for they are not permitted to speak. If there's anything they desire to learn, let them ask their husband at home, for it is shameful for a woman to speak in church. I guess he's okay with women speaking on the internet, though. 1 Corinthians 11:5. But every wife who prays with her head uncovered dishonors her head. Galatians 3:28. There is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither slave nor free, there is neither male nor female, for you are all one in Jesus Christ. Deuteronomy 21. If any man has a stubborn and rebellious child who will not obey his parents, then they shall seize him and take him to the elders. Then all the men of the city shall stone him to death.
God's word says that he will never contradict himself.
Genesis 17:1. The Lord appeared to Abraham. John 1:18. No man has seen God at any time except Abraham and Moses and Job. Matthew 28:8. The women hurried away from the tomb, afraid but joyful, and ran to tell his disciples. Mark 16:18. The women fled the tomb and said nothing to anyone because they were afraid. I saw that your favorite pastor appears to be Greg Locke.
When you start showing up all these masks and all this nonsense, I'll ask you to leave. I will ask you to leave.
But we're just a mask-free zone. We believe in freedom. We believe in personal choice.
Personal choice, unless their choice is to wear a mask, I guess, right? Anyway, this is a video that you actually shared.
So if you're here at this conference and you're Catholic, you better get over it. The Pope is a pedophile.
Just so you know, it's not just the Catholic Church. They're rampant in every denomination.
The Pope is a devil.
The reason I share this is because this is also clearly stated in the Bible. I appeal to you that all of you agree with one another in what you say, and that there be no divisions among you, but that you be perfectly united in mind and thought. Corinthians 1:10.
If you're here at this conference and you're Catholic, you better get over it. Pope is a devil.
Why would you share a video that separates you from other Christians? Should you choose to respond, make sure you don't skip anything.